I like it. Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week I'm in Emmett, Idaho for the Emmett Show and Shine. This is a really nice show that draws about 1,000 cars. They hold it right here in the park in the city. I'm telling you, it can get kind of hot here in the summertime, but today it's perfect, and there are some really cool cars. Let's get around and check out some of these Idaho rides. This is awesome. Check this out. That's a nice car. It's his truck. Hey Mike, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Dennis?
Really good, man. You pack a lot of cars in here.
We did.
We did.
We packed a few in today.
You got a pack. Now I said you guys pull close to 1,000 cars. What do you usually get?
We're a little bit above that this year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that there's not a lot of spare space in here.
We tried. Yeah.
But
just for you.
Well, you shouldn't have, really. It's really nice. I really appreciate it. But what a nice town.
It is. It's a great little town. It's a great venue for a show like this.
And you know, I'm seeing mostly Idaho plates, but that must mean there's a heck of a lot of car people down here.
There are. In this little town alone, we'll have probably 250 cars registered just from Emmett.
Just from Emmett.
Yeah.
Wow. And how far do you draw from?
Well, we've got cars from Washington, Oregon, California.
Oh, so you do? I mean, you do draw from
yeah.
quite a distance. Wow.
We do.
And you've been doing this for a while too, right?
Right. This show has been going on. This is the 27th year.
Oh, wow. So you have been doing it a while.
Yeah.
And the town apparently digs it because there's a cruise yet coming, right?
Correct. Most of these cars, plus probably another 200, 250 cars that'll come over just for the cruise tonight.
I'm going to have to go check that out. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So is this a show people come back to year after year? It's kind of a destination event?
Definitely. Everybody in this part of the state looks forward to this show. They just love the venue, the swap meet, the vendors, the food, the pancake breakfast.
And a nice park. I
Yes.
mean, and they're really, really nice. There's a lot of shade here.
Yes,
and
there
you
is.
need it in Emmett because it can get kind of hot.
Yeah.
But today was magnificent.
Normally, the third weekend in July, we're about 105 degrees. So 85, 90 degrees today is like...
I'll take it any day. Well, I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to the cruise. Let's get around and check a few of these cars out. What do you say?
You bet. Come
All
on.
right, man. Sean, this is a nice car.
Thanks, bud.
I saw it from quite a ways away. I love the chop on it and the stance and everything. She's down there. But it's a Plymouth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 36 Plymouth.
Yeah.
Other than a really radical chop, you haven't touched the body. You haven't shaved it or anything, right? I mean...
Just a few things here and there. Shaved the bumpers, had the fog lights and the mounts and all that stuff.
Yeah,
we got rid of all that, but wanted to keep it pretty true to like a 30s car,
Well, the headlight buckets are killer. I mean, I love that they're up on the pedestal. And of course, the Plymouth hood ornament is to die for. The wheels are cool too. I mean, they're just like artillery, right? I mean,
16-inch artilleries.
What's the chop though? I mean, these were tall cars.
Took 5.5 in the front and 7 in the back, and then the top skin is off of 40 Merc.
The paint's interesting too. I saw it in the shade earlier. She's green, but boy, there's a lot of gold in there.
I believe this is a stock Chrysler color off a newer model with some more gold pearl on top of it.
And I see you kept the factory AC.
Yeah, both the factory ACs there. Yeah.
The center dash instrument pod, was where it was in the 36 Plymouth?
Yeah, that's a stock cluster.
Really?
I just put some other gauges down there just for peace of mind,
So you knew what was actually going on.
Yeah.
It's surprising. You must have really dropped these seats down because it looks like she's got some headroom.
Yeah, it was a wood seat frame, so we just cut it up a little bit. Pretty much just tried to keep everything 30s, like the lines on the door panels right here. We tried to match the lines on the hood, so it kind of just had to...
And stock cranks and handles there too?
Yeah, all that stuff's just stock.
And it was all flat glass, so you could do this chop and kind of get away with it.
Right.
This is great too. The single tail light in 36, just
because the cars were so cheap, they had one tail light and one sun visor. They were for traveling salesmen.
Was it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But I mean, that's a pretty big trunk, traveling salesman.
Oh yeah.
So the Flathead 6 original, we probably don't have that. Let's see what you got. Yeah, that's no Flathead 6. No. 350 Chev?
350 Chevy, approximately 400 horse, Edelbrock aluminum heads, cam, the whole top end.
What's your transmission?
700 R4. It's nice to have an overdrive,
Yeah,
especially
just
with the smaller wheels.
Nice combo, really. She probably floats down the road pretty nice.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Emmett show before?
No, first time.
Yeah, my first time too. What do you think?
Yeah. It's really neat. There's some cool stuff here. Yeah. A lot
There's
of cars.
some really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
One of the most interesting cars here, frankly, is a 36 Plymouth with a serious chop. Have you seen it? So 36 Plymouth. Man, Sean, this is beautiful. Thanks for
bud.
bringing it out.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thanks so much.
Nice car. Ron, this is a wild car.
Thank you very much.
In fact, I didn't know, I knew it was a Willys, but I didn't recognize the body at all. It's a 52
Willys Aero Lark.
Aero Lark.
Yes.
You know, I hadn't even heard of it.
I know. A lot of people haven't. It's been called a Hudson.
Yeah, I can see
It's called
it.
a Henry J sometimes.
Well, it's got a little bit of, honestly, it's not quite as ugly as a Henry J. But it's still kind of weird.
Yes.
So they made it, obviously, in 52. When else? How many years?
They made them through 55.
Oh, really? So it did have the chromed up bumper and everything?
Oh,
originally?
yeah.
I mean,
It had
that's a lot of
grill.
chrome up there, actually.
Yeah, the grills. I just had it re-chromed and took the bumpers off.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it looks like a bumper. It's actually the grill.
It's actually the grill, yes.
Holy cow.
And
And it also looks like did you cut the fenders at all?
yes, I bobbed the front fenders off, and when I built the frame for it, I moved the frame forward, and the front tires set 1.5 inches ahead of where they did originally.
So you also went with this kind of modern treatment on the windshield. You know, the,
yes,
the
I couldn't.
flush mount.
You can't get windshield rubber for it, so I had to. They had to glue the windshield in.
The interior, it looks almost like an original dash.
It is. It's pretty much original. I welded up the dash, the holes in the dash, and so forth, and built the cluster for the gauges. But
Yeah.
other than that,
Where did the seats come out of?
the seats are out of a Suburban.
Really? I mean, because they look kind of short for a Suburban.
They did, and they had headrests, and they had a
Okay.
piece here where there was an armrest.
It's a wild looking car. You couldn't have had this radius on the wheel wells
No,
originally. You cut
no,
them
I
out.
cut the fender wells out.
But
and
is this original?
It's all original.
This
That's
kick up
original.
here. And these taillights, which
Yeah,
almost look
taillights.
Kaiser Darren.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
And the exposed trunk hinges with that
All
stock.
stock. I just polished them.
This thing's crazy. What is the color?
Camaro, Synergy green.
Oh, okay. But you've gassed it up. Let's go see what you dropped under the hood.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
It's a 68 327,
Oh, wow.
300 horse stock. I found a set of old Camelback Fuelie heads.
What's your
Dual point.
suspension?
It's Mustang 2 front suspension. I built the frame for it and then put in some old Mustang 2 and rebuilt all of it.
You have pretty good zip.
It does have good zip. It sounds really healthy.
When you take it to the show, you've got to be the only guy.
With a Willys 52.
And it's a Aero Lark,
Aero
right?
Lark.
52 Willys Aero Lark.
Yes.
This thing's crazy, man. Thanks for bringing it
Thank
up.
you for everything.
Totally insane. Well, Steve, Chevy 64 C10. There's a lot about this truck that I like. It's this, you know, it's one of these things. It's pretty subtle too. I'm kind of going by. Oh, it's a double take truck, I think.
Yeah.
It's I don't know what I love the color. What is it?
It's called Kiesel Gray.
Kiesel Gray.
It's a Valspar finish.
Okay. How'd you get this stance?
And it's called a wide rise, independent front suspension. It's got the coilovers. It's got power rack and pinion steering, big brakes.
So I mean, that's the ride height. This is where she rides.
That's the original ride height now.
Wow.
Yeah.
With the exception of the stance, which you've lowered, you haven't really modified this thing at all from a body standpoint, have you?
No, completely stock.
Your interior kind of got me too. Your dash is some sort of green, right?
That's a PPG finish, Omni Green.
And this, man, you know, the bed's kill. This is an oak. I can
It
tell.
is oak,
but
yes.
What's the finish?
That is called Black Onyx. I think maybe 6 coats of clear on it. Those are actually the original bed strips, just had
Really?
them powder coated.
Well, again, it's just so clean. I mean, she's so straight too.
Yeah, thank you.
Still got the Chevy, the Chevrolet, but she's not blacked out or anything. It's just,
No.
again, very
No.
subtle. And
Yes.
this is smart. Cover up your chains.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, not that banging thing.
No. No banging back there.
So I got to believe you don't have a straight 6 in here. Let's go see your engine.
Okay.
Okay, so looking at a 350.
Yes,
Okay.
350.
So there had to be some mods to get this suspension set up in, right?
Yeah, the suspension, the way that No Limit Engineering designs it, you can go anywhere from an LS motor all the way down to a small block Chevrolet like I have in here. and some Sanderson headers just to make the fit and finish good.
And I like how they've trimmed out the cut in black. I mean, she looks really nice.
Thank you.
The blue
Thank you.
block kind of threw me. I mean, it's a Chev, right?
Yes. Well, originally she was going to be a gray finish, but when I was going through the paint choices, I really wanted something different.
I love it. 64 Chevy C10. That is one clean ride, man. A clean machine.
Thank you, Dennis.
You bet. Chuck, 69 Barracuda. I love this car.
Oh, thank you very much.
What I like about it is that it's out of a time capsule. It looks
almost original.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really stock. You've done a few kind of period correct mods.
Right.
You know, your lake pipes. I love the lake pipes and these chrome wheels.
The chrome wheels.
But otherwise, she's like she would have been in 69.
Yes, yep. I put the lake pikes on in 1969.
You've had this car since 69?
I'm the original owner.
You're the original owner.
I bought it right out of high school, I think.
Seriously?
I was 17 years old when
Oh,
I bought
man.
this.
You've redone the entire thing. You re-chromed
Yeah,
it?
about 4 years ago, I had the bumpers re-chromed, front and back.
Now, how about this? I mean, because this looks,
I painted that.
Did you really?
Yes.
Because, I mean, that doesn't look painted. Those look like NOS pieces.
Yes, they are NOS, but original with the car.
So is this the original color on the car, too?
This is the original color, yes.
What I absolutely love about this car is the interior.
The interior.
Because you see these, but they
Right.
almost all have black interiors.
Black interior, yeah. This one's always been yellow, just like it is now.
I tell you, I love the door panels.
Oh yeah, those are all original too. Wood dash.
Yeah, wood console.
Wood console, all fake wood.
Of course.
Yeah.
Genuine,
It's just decal.
simulated for my car.
Decal, yeah.
You got the big back window, but by 69, it doesn't wrap around anymore. I guess they went to this in 67?
67 is the new style.
And it looks like almost like the 67, 89 Thunderbirds was all light, but it's not really. It's just red here, and
Right
that's
there.
actually the light, right?
And that's the light, yeah.
Now, these came with all sorts of engines. Let's go see what yours came with.
Mine came with a 318.
318, all right.
Yes. We gotta reach under here. Everybody always thinks you're gonna reach into the fan when you do that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
318, right?
It's all original except for my little chrome air cleaner and my little valve covers.
Your dress-up kit. Well, this is not a terribly heavy car, so
No.
the 318 was plenty for it.
Oh, it's plenty for it.
Pretty honking air compressor there.
Yeah, for the air conditioning, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
big. Yeah.
Doesn't sound like you think it worked very well.
Oh, it did work
Oh,
good
really?
in the days, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she looks great, and you've had
I'm
it
gonna
since,
leave it like it is
since you
now.
were 19 years old, right?
They're actually 17.
17.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. 69
Yeah.
Plymouth Barracuda 318.
Right out of
from
high school.
Hot dog.
Had to go to
Beautiful
work.
car, Chuck. Thanks a lot,
Thank you
man.
very much.
Well, Daryl, this is an 82 FJ45 Toyota Land Cruiser. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Well, they're pretty rare in the States.
Yeah.
Up till 1967, they stopped bringing them in. It's not much different from your FJ40s that you see in this
Really?
country, a lot of them. They just extend out so it gives it that appearance of
And is
bigger.
it, did they do it with the chassis or is it just the bed?
The chassis is actually longer and the bed makes it look longer.
It's a right-hand drive, so this is an Aussie.
Aussie rig, right.
An Aussie
All the way
rig.
from Australia.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. This was a farm vehicle originally in
Oh, okay.
Australia. So.
Yeah, those aren't usually treated all that nice.
No, they're not. No.
So why the police theme?
Well, I'm an ex-police officer.
Oh, well, that would do
and
it.
I had some leftover parts.
But this would have been an original color too. This kind of.
This is the original color, the Toyota beige. It's one of the most sought after.
So
But everything in here is all original.
No kidding.
Other than the couple of gauges, just to help out on the engine.
Is that AC
monitor.
or is that just a blower?
No, that's just a blower.
Okay.
No AC. If you had AC in here, this thing would do about 2 miles an hour. So,
And they
nice.
had the padded dash.
Had the padded dashes. Yeah.
This bed, you got this desert theme going with the pull-down flaps and everything like that.
It actually works real well with this the setup. It's a good camper. We have a trailer that goes with us, and it is a top on the trailer that we take off and set in here
right
as
in
a
there.
base.
Let's go see what powers this baby, okay?
Okay. Now what you're going to see in here is a stock Toyota Land Cruiser
Oh, wow.
inline 6. And this little baby here has the torque. This is what makes this thing not go so fast, but goes over hills and rocks like you wouldn't believe.
And that's a pretty big engine for this thing.
It actually is, and it's got a lot of torque in there.
It's also really packed in there. I'm surprised there's not
It
more
is.
room. But
Well, this one has no smog on it because in New South Wales, where this came from, they didn't, in that era in 1982, they didn't have smog controls at the time.
and that snorkel is your intake?
That is correct. It goes directly to the carburetor from here into the air, which has a cyclone filter exterior, which basically turns all the dirt and throws it to the floor of it and keeps all the dirt out of there. So it's got like a 2 protection system.
Oh, right. Gravity separate.
Yeah,
basically.
absolutely.
So you can
Whirlwind.
actually, you could go into water up to 4 or 5 feet deep.
Yeah,
for a short time.
And then start screaming. Yeah.
So 1982 FJ45 Toyota Land Cruiser. Wow. Thanks for bringing it out, man.
More than happy.
I love it.
Thank you.
Hey, we had a great time at the Emmett Show and Shine. This is a really neat show, some really wild vehicles here. I'd say this is worth the trip. Check it out.